You are listening to the Mohua Show, where it's all about celebrating the junoon among changemakers and their journey.
I've heard remarks like, "Oh, you're too pretty to be a lawyer. What are you doing in this profession?"
Let's talk about AI, misuse and deepfake surge, So what are the most dangerous gaps, that you see in India's current laws?
I believe that these deep fakes, spread faster than the law can respond. Now, since we have already secured relief for Mr. Kumar Sanu, a landmark order by the Delhi High Court, I've already filed for Shilpa Shetty and we are filing, and in the process of filing for Ravina Tandon. People behind them often remain untraceable. So our legal framework reacts after damage is done. What is urgently needed is, of course, swift takedown mechanism, which is happening now. Honorable Delhi High Court, Honorable Bombay High Court are passing judgments, ensuring protection of personality rights, imposing clearer responsibility also for online platforms. And I believe there should be strong criminal consequences also for deepfakes, which is a must. I think Indrani is a perfect example. I mean, before the court has declared her guilty because of the public opinion, moral judgment, and this, media trial, I think somewhere she was already guilty in the minds of public. Like in Rupali's case, I have already secured an interim relief wherein the High Court has recognized that all the statements given by the stepdaughter, she files a rape case. So such cases, I don't call them rape cases. According to me, they're misuse of rape laws. Of course, there's a rampant misuse of dowry cases also now.
So, talking about gender, the Supreme Court upheld Muslim women's right to maintenance after divorce. What does this judgment really mean for gender justice?
Of course, it's a welcoming judgment, and I've already supported this in the past also through my interviews. That I always believe that this judgment reaffirmed our fundamental principle that personal laws cannot override constitutional morality. I think it also recognized the fact that Muslim women are also right-bearing citizens, and I think. And I think maintenance is also a dignity, which like how it forms a facet of your right to life. So I think that's a positive beginning now, and execution of the same I think is a welcoming step.
So, Sana, beyond landmark judgments, how far has the legal system really progressed on the LGBTQ, plus space inequality?
I think we have progressed symbolically, but I think not structurally enough, because decriminalization was a milestone. But I think true equality requires legislative protection also, like in marriage, in inheritance, in adoption, healthcare. So courts have opened the door, but Parliament will also work through it, I believe.
What advice, really, Sana, would you give to young women and men who want to enter law, stand for justice, and still survive the system with integrity? Because that's something that remains to be seen.
I believe that I think they have to be patient with success. For young, even individuals, especially, do not mistake toughness. And for women also, young women, do not mistake toughness for arrogance or softness uh, for weakness. You don't need to apologize for being ambitious or for competence. So even the courtroom respects clarity, credibility, and gender fades when your work speaks itself first. So always protect your conscience. You'll see injustice, hypocrisy and power games, but do not let cynicism turn you into what you once opposed. If it, at the end of the day, I think you can say that you argued fearlessly and without any regret. You'll not just survive the profession, I think you'll dignify it. And also, just take it easy also at the same time. I mean, you have the work life balance is also extremely crucial and essential. Like for example, in my case, I always balance it out. If I work hard, but I always take out time for travel, for my passion, for my hobbies. So it's important that you maintain that. And I think just be resilient. I think resilience is also the key, like, and not getting bothered by anything as an it's not really easy to say that, but just from my own personal experience, I can say I have received death threats, while I was defending a model in Haryana encounter case. But while after even getting her out, she was killed. Despite of the death threats, I remained undeterred and I got her out. And once she was out, she was killed. She was murdered. So, and that of course took a toll on me, personal toll. And I will not see, I may be a little stronger relatively in terms of the fact that I have seen too much in my life, and my life is very different. Of course, I'm very practical because I'm in this profession. But despite of which, it took me some time to actually process everything. But that only made me stronger, and I realized that my purpose just that strengthened my purpose to actually defend my defend the rights of my client even more vigorously, regardless of whatever happens. So it's like strength and bravery is also very important, to be courageous, because this is not a profession where a light not for the light-hearted ones. Honestly, I'm telling you, you're brave. you're courageous, you have to be bold, and you have to have that attitude, that no matter what, just bring it on. I'll do it. That kind of attitude is extremely essential.